how many people in the Black regiments, but also, folks like Frederick Douglass saw that Black Americans and white Americans should have equal rights?
Well, Douglass saw that, of course. But even within their context, their notion of equal rights is that doesn't mean that Black women are going to vote. Just like for white people, it didn't mean white women would vote. But in terms of the context of the time, yes, equal rights should come out of this. Abolishing slavery is the first step of this. It's not the end game. The end game is equal rights for everybody.
Did many people see that?
No, tiny percentage of people saw that. There's a notion that's very common that somehow the white North turned its back on Black people after the war, and it should have tried harder during Reconstruction to force the white South to convey full equal rights to Black people. The assumption there is simply flawed. Most white people in the North didn't believe that. They believed first save the Union, and yes, we'll need to kill slavery as well. Those are the two things on the list. Check, check. We've done those. Full equal rights for Black people is not on their list. And they were not willing to do the things that it would have taken to do that, including the white soldiers in uniforms who wanted out of the Army after the Confederacy surrendered and said, well, now we need the Army to make the white South do the right thing vis-a-vis Black people. They would have said, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. I signed on to do this. We did it. Send us home right now.
I think that's one of the lessons you learn from human history across the different places where slavery was abolished is abolishing slavery is not the end of a journey. It's the beginning of a journey.
It's the beginning.
And it sometimes quite often takes at least 100 years to go from that to something you would identify as equal rights. And then maybe even beyond that, there's a complicated story about, even outside of rights, just how society sees the different
There's
people.
A difference between the Great Society passed most of you got the Civil Rights Act, the Voting Rights Act, the Fair Housing Act, you got all of this legislation that does a lot of the legal stuff, but it's what's in people's heads that takes longer and is a more frustrating process.
It remains, as has appeared in human history, potential fuel for the division to rise up again.
Of course. And then people can exploit that. It's waiting to be exploited, and people exploit it.
This is something we do as humans. We like to otherize certain groups.
Good to have an enemy.
And the Civil War for our country is a story of this. It's so understanding the Civil War is in part extremely important for understanding the division, maybe the dormant division that's there.